90 days ago, I was a different person, and I want to tell you exactly what that means. Not the feelings, not the mindset, the actual physical daily reality of who I was and who I am now. Because if you have been watching my videos about meditation, journaling, productivity, and changing your story, you deserve to see the evidence. You deserve to see what 90 days of healing from the inside out actually looks like on a Tuesday morning. I am going to tell you what changed. I am going to tell you what still hasn't changed, because healing is not a finish line, and I want you to know that. And I am going to tell you about the moment lightning struck, including something I have never shared on camera before. Stay with me. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Yolanda. This is Frog's Little Tale, and we are Healed Hearts in Action. Hit subscribe, because what I share here every week is for the woman who knows she is meant for more, and is finally ready to believe it. Let me tell you about an electric toothbrush. I had one, brand new, still in the box, sitting in my bathroom. I had bought it probably because I had a scarcity mindset and thought if I didn't buy it right then, I would never have the money again. And then I saved it for years. For what, I'm not sure. For company maybe, or for some future version of me who felt worthy of using it. That is the woman I was 90 days ago. I had a teeth whitener I had never opened. I had been hoarding perfume, bottles of it, that I never wore. I had a beautiful dish set that I spent my hard-earned money on that sat in the cabinet while I used paper plates. I would save the good towels for company. My grandmother, Mailita, short for abuelita, used to save her best dishes and silverware for company. She would never use them herself except on holidays, as if she was unworthy of using the good china every day. I had inherited that story without even knowing it. There is a creator called Dana K. White. She calls herself a recovering slob, and she wrote a book called A Slob Comes Clean. That was my house. Not because I was lazy, not because I didn't care, but because the chaos on the outside was a reflection of the story I was carrying on the inside. When you believe you are not worthy of your own good things, you save them, you hoard them, you wait for a day that never comes. My hygiene was poor. I was always the best dressed person in the room. I had always made sure of that, because I was hiding the fact that underneath the clothes, I was not taking care of myself. I stayed quiet, never sharing the state of my mental health. I was in a fog, I was hurting, and I never shared. I was performing wellness while living in quiet suffering. I am not sharing this to embarrass myself. I am sharing this because I know you recognize something in it, and I want you to know that woman was not the truth of who I am. She was just living inside a very old story. And if any of that resonates, if you recognize yourself in that woman, I created a free 30-day journaling guide called Feel It to Heal It. 30 prompts, completely free, linked in the description below. Go grab it. So let me tell you what is different now, specifically, concretely, because I am tired of healing content that tells you how to feel and never shows you what it looks like. I shower every day. I use scrubs and lotions. I take care of my hair. I put on a little makeup. I wear jewelry some days, not every day yet, but some days, and that is new. I use my dish set every day. I cook every day. I add vegetables or a fruit to every meal. I use the electric toothbrush. I use the teeth whitener. I wear the perfume. I opened all the things I was saving for a future me, because I realized I am the future me. I am already here, and here's what happened to my business. 3 hours go by, and I do not look at the clock. I am living as a healed heart in action. I work from a joyous, inspired place. Even the things that are hard, I approach them with creativity, with humor, and an open mind. I signed up to become a certified hypnotist. I took up Tai Chi. I invested in myself. I believe my skills are marketable. I believe I was born to guide people to healing. I believe I was meant to synthesize healing systems that already exist, to teach, to guide, to mentor. And the scarcity mindset that made me overbuy and then never use, that is shifting too. I read a book called The 5 Types of Wealth by Sahil Bloom. Time, social, mental, physical, and financial. And I can see all the changes in me for the better. I am wealthy in almost all of them right now. The financial wealth is coming, and I know it is coming because I have the attitude and the alignment to receive it. I have discovered that I am truly abundant. These are not small changes. These are the outer reflection of an inner revolution. That is what healing from the inside out actually looks like. Not perfect, not overnight, but real and growing every single day. Now, I promised you I would tell you what has not changed, what I still struggle with, because I think this is the most important part of this video. I still do not always paint my nails. I still do not wear jewelry every single day. I still have to push myself a little to exercise and do my physical therapy. Not every meal is the most nutritious meal, and I still use a paper plate sometimes. It is a process. I am healing. I am going through it. I do not have the answer to every question, but I trust my intuition. I trust that the answer is going to come. I have my tools. I have my source. And I trust that even when I am not doing everything perfectly, I am being guided. Healing is not the absence of struggle. It is the presence of trust. Here is what my mornings look like now, every single day. The first thing I do when I wake up is morning pages. I grab my journal. I keep it on a bed with a pen and I write. Then a healthy breakfast, vitamins, at least 1 glass of water, and I'm hoping that ice counts too. Then a shower, sometimes with scrubs, sometimes with nice lotions. Then I meditate while I am drying off. Then I get dressed every day, clean clothes, nice clothes, clothes I feel good in. And I try to make lunch at home. I save wisely, I spend intentionally. Physically, I had been experiencing what I thought was a chronic pain I would have to live with the rest of my life. I decided no. I enrolled in physical therapy. I started a Tai Chi class. I am the creator of my life. I write my own story. I am healed physically, mentally, and spiritually. Then I work on my business during the week. On Sundays, I started going to a Buddhist temple because I am now living spiritual wealth. That is part of the practice of being wealthy. Then I reach out to a friend just to check in, just to connect, because connection is wealth. Lita taught me that. She could find a connection with anybody. She would listen to even the most humble person and find a thread that tied them to her. A cousin, a street, a year. She could always find the connection. That is the gift I want to give. I want to be all ears for the people I guide. I found my calling, and your calling does not feel like work. This was the most important healing that happened to me. My calling is tied to Lita. She could listen. She could find a connection to people, to places, to times. I am called to find the connection with people in pain, struggling for healing, waiting to be heard. I will connect like she did. I will listen. I will find the thread. I will show you that you are not alone, that someone else has been there, that the world is not against you, that we are all living in a world we have the power to change. And that healing, Your healing matters not just for you. It matters for everyone whose lives you will touch when you finally step into your gifts. And if you want to go deeper, my Ask Better Questions workshop will show you how to ask the questions that make your dreams come true. Because when you ask the right questions, your subconscious starts searching for the answers that lead you directly to the life you want. Linked in the description below. I want to tell you something I have not shared publicly before because I think it matters, and I think some of you need to hear it. About a month before the lightning struck, I started going to a Buddhist temple. I want to be clear, I am not Buddhist, but something drew me there. Something quiet, something that knew before I knew. And the meditation I experienced there, sitting in that space, in that stillness, I believe that is what prepared me. That month of opening, of sitting in a sacred space and letting go of every goal, every agenda, every story, that is what cracked the door open just enough for the lightning to come through. You cannot force the lightning, but you can prepare the ground. And then, 90 days ago, the day everything shifted, I had a witness. One of my closest friends was there, and I fainted. My friend knew I had been going through deep healing. She knew I was working through my most profound pain. And when the shift happened, when the lightning struck, my body responded in a way that surprised everyone around me. I fainted. I fell to the ground. They called an ambulance as I lay there with my head spinning. In the hospital, all I could say is, I'm healed. The doctors thought I was having an anxiety attack. They gave me a label. If you are too happy or too sad, you get a label. That is what the medical profession knows how to do. But I knew. I told that doctor, I am healed. I can see light. And my life has shifted ever since that day. I am not telling you this to be dramatic. I am telling you this because healing is real. It is physical. It lives in the body, in the soul, and in the mind. And sometimes when something very old and very deep finally releases, the body responds in ways that the world around you does not have language for. That does not mean something is wrong. It might mean something is finally right. Please always work with a medical professional about your health. And also, trust what you know about yourself. Trust your intuition. Trust your source. Because sometimes the light you see is real. Lightning struck my life 90 days ago, and I am never going back. My eyes have been opened. The meditation opened me up to let my guides, my universe, my source, my God, lead me to healing, to the place I had always wanted to be. And I had a witness, and my body knew before my mind did. And I told that doctor, I am healed. I can see light. And now, 90 days later, I shower every day. I use my dish set. I wear the perfume. I open the toothbrush. I exercise. I work on my calling with joy. I invest in myself. I reach out to a friend. I write my morning pages. I meditate. I am building the financial wealth to match the wealth I already have in every other area of my life. It is a process. I am not perfect. But I am ready. I am ready. And if you are watching this video right now, I believe you are ready too. You just need someone to tell you that the lightning can strike for you as well. That the healing is available to you. That the light is real. Una página más. One more page every single day. That is all it takes. Just one more page. If this video touched something in you, please give it a like and subscribe to this channel. Every week I share honest conversations about healing your heart so your gifts can finally come through. And grab my free 30-day journaling guide in the description. Feel it to heal it. It's yours completely free. Now that you have seen what 90 days of healing from the inside out can look like, you might be wondering where to start. It all begins with the meditation practice I share in this video, because that is what opened everything up for me. Watch it next. I promise it will change something in you. Thank you.